Welcome back to another edition of Toys I Did Not Own as a Kid. Alright, gang. Today we are going to be unboxing Turtles of Grayskull Man-at-Arms. Turtles of Grayskull is a crossover between Masters of the Universe, aka He-Man, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So basically they're taking the characters from Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and mixing them together and giving them different looks. In this case, we are talking Man-at-Arms from Masters of the Universe, and as usual, they kill it with the artwork on these card backs. And we got Man-at-Arms fighting Krang in his robot. I don't know what the story would be here when they mix it together. Probably some kind of a magical creature. I don't know, but I do not have the Krang. I just have Man-at-Arms. I thought he looked so cool. I don't like how He-Man looks. I don't necessarily like how Leonardo or Donatello look. So I didn't get them when I had the chance. He-Man is still on the pegs. Something tells me he's going to end up at Ross. They made him look really bad, but Man-at-Arms looks really, really badass. And from what I can tell, it looks like they just took basically the sculpt from the original Motu Origins and put a new costume on him. But it works. He looks so awesome. He looks so awesome as a samurai. So, let's get him out of there. And he does come with a mini comic, just like the other Motu Origins did. And let's break him out of his prison. There's the mini comic. Looks like it might be really cool. And sadly, I'm doing a really bad job of trying to keep this together, but it's already damaged. It's cut right across here, so something tells me that when they received the shipping that they cut it, and it was right by there. And they used the cutting tool, so it messed it up, but there he is. It looks like I'm going to need some scissors. Let's get him out of there, so let me get that. But it looks like I was actually wrong. He is coming right off. I don't have to cut those little zip tie thingies. I love his weapon. I love that they made him bigger. Made this bigger. He's basically got his club, and of course the part that's always missing in every original Man-at-Arms is that that leg shield. So let's see, where is that leg shield supposed to go? Let's take a look at him. Interesting. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to go on the other one. Either that or it's supposed to go right here. He always has just the one leg shield, as if he's battle worn. But I'm gonna put it on his other leg because I'm a rebel like that. So let's put it on his other leg. So for those of you who don't know, Masters of the Universe, of course, was a toy line released in 1983 by Mattel. Actually, 1982 by Mattel. And was made famous, of course, by the 30-minute commercial that we know as He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. And changed the game. He-Man in the Masters of the Universe is proclaimed to be the first 30-minute commercial, but that's not true. The first 30-minute commercial, aka cartoon show about a product, was also Mattel. It was actually Hot Wheels in 1969. However, there were laws that prohibited non-educational shows to be shown to children under a specific age, and so it got canceled after one season. He looks great. But as we all know, good old Ronnie Reagan became president in 1980, and he lifted those restrictions, so we were allowed to be sold things as children through the magic of television. So there we go. Of course, there were still restrictions. We still had to get that lesson at the end of the episode. They told us what it was that they were teaching us, just in case it wasn't clear, just in case that you were just not paying attention to the actual storyline and just watching good old He-Man and good old Duncan here being badasses. And I do believe that this actually comes off. It does come off, so that it can be used as a shield. There we go. That's pretty cool. So there's the handle for the shield, and this part sticks to the back so that it looks kind of like a turtle shell on his own back. But there we go. So anyway, so as I was saying, the show came on back in the 80s. The show came on in 1983 by Filmation, and we loved it. He-Man was definitely a big part of my childhood. I remember racing home so that I could catch it on time in the afternoon. And this is great. So his helmet does come off. Or I thought his helmet came off. Maybe I'm wrong. No, his helmet does not come off. It is attached. And I'm also wondering if he does twist at the waist. He does bend at the elbows. And he does bend at the shoulders and the elbows here. He's a little stubborn. And he twists and bends at the wrists as well. So just like another Motu Origins. So the reason why I did not own He-Man or any of his cohorts as a kid is because of the fact that they did not have all of this articulation. By the time that I even saw a He-Man toy, I had already been introduced to G.I. Joe, the 1980s version, and they had all kinds of articulation. So once you had that, unless the toy was amazing, you were not going to want to go back. So there he is, though. He looks great. I love all the details. Just like the original Man-at-Arms, they did a good job of incorporating some technology with the style. And I do believe that they gave him a few features that made him look a little bit more like a samurai. I think they made his mustache a little darker, and they made it a little thinner, and they raised his eyebrows a bit. So I guess some old tricks still work. As you can see, they incorporated the turtles and everything. So he's got a shell on the shoulder, he's got a shell on the club, and of course his whole shield is a shell. So I love all these details. Underneath, he's still got the woolly underwear, and he's got the woolly collar here. So, but he looks great. So again, great job. So I love this. I love this version of him. He looks awesome. I had to have him. I even paid full price, which is something that you rarely see in any of my videos. But they were back on the shelves for full price, and I haven't been able to find them anywhere like on eBay or in any online store for any less. So of course, chances are that in a couple of months there's going to be a toy convention or a toy show, and I'm going to go, and they're going to be there for like $10. I don't care. I may buy another. He looks great. So the comic, and I was wondering about this. I'm glad that I got this out, because one of the great features about the new Origins line is that they are modular, fully modular, which means that you can remove the arms or the head. It looks like the legs. It's not telling me that you can remove the waist, but maybe you can. So you can swap parts. And you can definitely remove this costume. I don't want to try the waist, but so that I can remove this. But it doesn't look like this is gonna come off any other way. So, yep, it came off pretty easily. So then you can remove the costumes and swap them around. So if I want a regular Duncan costume on him, I can just go ahead and do that. And all right, so yeah, so you can remove the head, the arms. I thought you could remove this helmet. It would have been cool if you could, but I guess you can't. And but you can definitely remove this face and trade him around with other guys. But I love the posability. He's got all the articulation of the new Origins line. Trying to give him an interesting pose so I can close out the video. So I don't want to make this video too long, but he definitely looks great. They give him all that articulation. They do have bends. They do have bends here at the ankles, and you can twist them around so that you can get some pretty cool poses. So, all right, gang. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have this figure? I mean, he's been out for quite some time. So do you have this figure? What do you think of him? I definitely